New York. Allie?
Hey, thanks, Don. You might think that all this Midwest flooding we've been reporting on won't affect you if you don't live around there, but you would be wrong, because those fields that are underwater right now should be producing corn, and because they're not, that could have a big impact on your grocery bill. Kevin KERR is a commodities trader and a hedge fund manager. He's here to tell us a little bit about this. Kevin, we have seen the price of corn increase in the last couple of years in large part because the demand for corn has increased. Partially because the demand for corn has increased, partially because we use it in ethanol. We're not really in a position to lose corn crops right now, but that might be what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of a worst-case scenario. You know, we already, farmers have had a bad year. Got off to a late planting season because of the cold, wet weather in the Midwest, so they were behind anyway. And now this horrific flooding, key states, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, those crops are all underwater. It could be devastating this year.
How widespread do you think this is? Because you follow this trading very quickly. You're involved in it. Do you see this as ongoing, or do you think we'll be able to recover from this very quickly? How do you even recover from something like this?
Well, that's a very good question, because I don't think we do. Unfortunately, a lot of the farmers in Indiana had got their crops in the ground, and the thing with corn is it needs to have a mature root system so it can handle the heat coming in. We're already getting that heat out east, but we'll be getting that in June and July as we go on, and if the corn doesn't have a structure to handle that, and with this flooding, most of it's underwater anyway. Even if farmers were going to replant, they'd need to get the seed, the fertilizer, the diesel fuel. All that costs a lot of money and is not very available right now.
And let's remind people that it's not just the price of corn. You may think that if you don't eat that much corn, how does it affect you? Well, it affects what we use as sweetener. It affects feed for animals. So the increase in the price of corn, what effect has it had on everything else that we eat?
Yeah, it really rolls downhill. You know, feed is a key component of corn. We feed our dairy, cattle with it, hogs, and we've seen hog prices already to feed hogs just gone skyrocketed. So those meat prices, as we kind of wear through our on-hand inventory, is going to go much higher going into 2009. So you will see it in many places, not only in the dairy aisle, in the corn aisle, in the soybean aisle, you know, anything that we get, for any products we get from that, bread, milk, butter, all of it.
We've certainly become more intimately connected with corn in the last few years, understanding these price hikes and the effect that they have. You know, we've changed from cane sugar over the years to corn sugar. We really get a sense of it. We're planting more corn in the United States because there's been more demand, but from what I've heard, we're not planting enough to make up for the increased demand in corn that we've got. So we're not ahead of the curve on corn.
No, unfortunately, and a large part of that, of course, as you've mentioned, is the mandates on ethanol. You know, we never used corn for ethanol, and now we're using at least half of our crop for that. So as long as those mandates stay in place, we're going to be seeing a large part of our corn crop going to ethanol. Of course, the money is there, so farmers are going to focus on it, and it's hurting other crops. Things like cotton and other crops will probably be scarcer as we go on.
Because it's just more advantageous, it's more worthwhile to plant corn.
More money immediately for those crops. And cotton, for example, is a very expensive crop to plant and maintain. So corn is very attractive.
Kevin, good discussion. Thank you for being with us. Kevin KERR is president of KERR Trading. Well, food prices are a big issue right now. So are taxes. Most voters want to know whether